Secure the bag, yeah, that's the brand, and we get to the bag.
What's going on, family? It's your man Tay Sweat here once again. And of course, we are about to start the beginner course. All right. Now, of course, I wanted to go through this thing smooth, nice, and easy so that the most beginner can actually understand what this is and how we maneuver. Okay. Now, of course, this is an ebook that I came out with this ebook, I don't know, maybe 4 years ago, 3, 4 years ago. And I'm going to go through it in video format to make it easier to understand and explain pretty much everything and almost, intermingle what we see in this book with everyday market watch analysis, right? So we're still going to go over the S&P 500 chart today. We're still going to go through, today is Money Monday. So I'm still going to go through our public account. We're going to do all of the stuff we normally do, but we're going to add in some beginner stuff. And I'm going to basically show whatever I'm focusing on in the beginner program for this class, I'll use it to show you the analysis for the day, right? So what we're going to go over today is something super simple, right? So this is Secure the Bag ebook. Of course, you all are getting it for free. And I'll probably put a link somewhere below so you can kind of go through this thing and you'll have it totally free. I told y'all I'm giving back, right? I'm giving back. I'm helping as many people as possible. I want to show, first of all, I want to do this for as many people as I can to help, right? But number two, it's time for me to take my crown, right? There's been a lot of people who couldn't afford my programs, in the past, because I charge what I'm worth, and the people who were able to afford it, of course, they're like, no, Tay is the GOAT. Like, this guy is crazy. But there are a lot of people who couldn't afford it, or they just didn't want to pay. They don't know who I really am. So it's time for you to find out. So let's get into it. All right. Of course, this is me before I cut my hair, and just anybody who's wondering. All right. So what we're going to go over today is pretty much an intro into buying and selling stocks and options, right? Now, me personally, I'm going to suggest any beginner, to start with stocks. Start with stocks, okay? And the reason why I want to have you do that is because it's super, super simple to start with stocks for many reasons. Number one, the broker or the brokerage firm that you choose, it's really going to be easy to find one because almost anybody can, start a brokerage. I don't want to say it that general, but almost anybody who's a brokerage firm is pretty much going to allow you to start, basically a simple account. You don't need to go through the whole options, level 1, level 2 options. All that stuff is next level, right? And if you are a beginner, you should not be trading options. So I'll be honest with you all. Right now, I'm not going to suggest options, and I'm not even going to teach it as far as how to start level 1 and level 2 and all that stuff. And the reason why is because beginners should not be trading options. I'll just say that, and I'll keep it nice and simple, right? Because this is how most people lose so much money. Because with the option, guess what? You cannot get your money back if you are wrong. You literally can lose 100% of your money. With a stock, you cannot. The only way to lose 100% of your money if the stock goes to zero. And a lot of the stocks that we will be trading, they will not go to zero, right? And it's very, 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 very rare that, multiple stocks go to zero, okay? Especially in a short period of time. So that's why I'm going to suggest that. Why? Because once again, with any of these popular brokers, you're going to be able to go and get started up instantly. And as a matter of fact, the reason why I'm also not talking about options as much today and not really coaching up on what to do to start up with options is because once again, they are definitely not for beginners. Number one. Number two, the public account that we have is a shares only account. And I'm showing you literally trading shares, just shares. I'm going to show you how to make money and how you can still trade and make a really good return trading shares by showing you this public account. Okay. We'll get into the public account here in a few. So when a lot of people say, Tay, what's the best broker what broker should I be getting into? What broker should we go to? It honestly does not matter. Find one that you like. I don't care if you like the color, if it's the E-Trade symbol looks nice. Webull looks like a mustache. Maybe I should get that. right? I'm a perma bull. Maybe I should go to Webull. I don't know what it is that's going to cause you to go there, but just go to one that you feel like is going to work for you. We just need a broker that you can buy and sell. So when people say, what's the best one? Honestly, there's no best one as far as I'm concerned. Do they buy and sell the stock that I'm looking for? If that's the case, yes, then get that. All right. And what you want to also, take into your consideration is whether or not you're going to be paper trading, which all beginners should be. If you're a beginner, you should be paper trading. If you are listening to anything I am applying as far as trading, charts, analysis, coming up with new strategies, or you testing my strategies, you should be paper trading, right? My favorite account to paper trade on is E-Trade. So that's, of course, where I have the public account is in E-Trade. So me personally, I like to come in and paper trade inside of E-Trade. So that's what I use. But Robinhood, I think now has a paper trading option. Webull, I think, has a paper trading option now. E-Trade, TD Ameritrade, excuse me, has a paper trading option. Fidelity has a paper trading option. There are plenty of places you can go to offer paper trading because it's very popular now. E-Trade, once again, is what I use. I also have a Robinhood just for the simplicity of showing people how things work. Okay, so I have a Robinhood as well. But I have many accounts, so I'm not just telling you what to do, what I do. I'm just saying what you'll see me using often is either Robinhood to show you all what's going on, or the public profile that we have, or the public account is in E-Trade. Okay. Now, that being said, let's at least dive into what an option is. We won't worry about signing up for options, but we're at least going to talk about what an option is, right? If you can't tell already, I am outside. I'm not sure if you can hear these birds. I am outside because baby boy, my son, he's kind of going around the house right now, and he's very loud. So I don't know which one is worse, louder, the birds or the baby boy. But bear with me, all right? I'm doing what I can to get this free information out so everybody can come up. Okay. So, option contracts. Okay. Option contracts basically are going to be a folder of shares. So, one contract equals 100 shares. Okay. Now, a lot of people say, Tay, what does that mean? Like, I have no idea what that means. All right. Essentially, what this means, and I like to put it in real estate terms. If you've ever heard of wholesaling in real estate, wholesaling basically says if I see a house and I like a house, right? Let's just say the house is run down. They only want $50,000 for the house. I can put a contract on a house. And now that contract says I have the option to either sell the contract to someone for the potential for it to be at a higher price for them, right? So let's just say I go into this house, I spend $50,000 for a house, right? I spent $50,000 for a house. I go in and I realize, man, if I touch up these walls with some paint, I redo the floors, I put in new appliances, it might cost me $10,000, right? But if I fix it up for the $10,000, I can turn around and sell this house for $200K. So yeah, it'll cost whoever's going to buy it, it'll cost them, $60,000 to buy it and fix it up. But they could turn around and sell it for $200K. So now you have what's called a after renovation value, essentially. Okay, ARV. Again, I'm talking about real estate a little bit because this is also how this option contract works. Okay, so just bear with me. Okay, and you're gonna have to listen to this over and over again. So just be patient and re-listen. Okay. Now, I have a contract, so I signed the contract. Tay Sweat. Boom. This is mine. So now I have 30 days, or I have a predetermined expiration date. Okay, and you'll see in here that these contracts have expiration dates. Okay, so I have a predetermined expiration date. All right, there's my expiration date. And now I have basically, let's say I do 30 days. I have 30 days to make this contract more valuable on this house. Well, if I can go in and do my analysis, my research, and in 20 days, I decide, man, this house is going to be worth 200K if I just put 10K into it. What I can do now is I can go to the marketplace to someone who's maybe a flipper who wants to flip contracts. And I can say, hey, you want to flip contracts? Well, guess what? After doing some research on this, or after market volatility, the market moves, this contract that I have on this house is now worth $100,000. Why? Because if you give me 100K, you're going to be able to put 10K into it and pull out $90,000 profit. Now, some people are going to say, Tay, what are you talking about? $90,000 profit. Well, simply put, I'm going to be able to say, hey, this contract, even though I only paid, I didn't even pay for it, honestly, but I only would have paid 50,000 for it. I can now turn around and sell it for 100K because it has more value to it, because I have found out how to extract value out of this deal. This is exactly what happens with option contracts. The only difference is the market moves. So let's say Tesla, let's say we buy some Tesla call options, right? So we buy a call option on Tesla. Call means up, puts mean down. So if I buy a call, I'm expecting the stock to go up. If I buy a put, I'm expecting the stock to go down, right? Now we need to find out what strike price basically meaning. Okay, strike price basically means, where do you think this price is going to go above? If you think it's going to go up, where do you think it's going to go above, right? Roughly, I'm giving rough examples. Somebody's going to get on to me about this, but I'm doing rough examples, okay? Basically, what we would do is we would say, okay, I want to say, all right, Tesla is around 100 bucks, okay? The share price is around 100 bucks. I'm going to do a contract with a strike price of $80, right? Now, as you see here, $80, it says that the price of this, so here's the price. It says the price of this is $20.55. Well, what did we just say? One option contract, okay, where is it? One option contract equals 100 shares. So what you would have to do is you're going to have to multiply this price times 100, which gets us $2,055, right? Or I said that weird, 2,055, $2,055, or excuse me, $2,055 for the price of one contract on Tesla. Okay, and I'm just saying this is Tesla. Now, some people are going to say, Tay, well, if the price of the shares are at 100, why would you get a share price or a strike price of $80? Well, this gets a little bit more complex, which is why I really don't suggest people who are beginners trading options. Why? Because this is what we call a in the money contract. And what that basically means is, because I'm already in the money, for every dollar, this share goes up. So if it goes to 101, 102, I'm going to make more money than the cheaper contracts. So right now, if I'm sitting here, yes, it costs me 2,000, or excuse me, this is $2,000. This would be $1,500. This would be $1,000. But for every dollar that this share price goes up, I'm going to make more money for this contract versus these. That's just how it works. All right. I'm giving a broad example. So the reason why we're not going to get too deep, this is not supposed to be an in-depth options class. I'm just kind of explaining what an option is and why beginners should not be trading options, because it's way too complex. Okay, way too complex, because you have near the money, out of the money options, in the money options, expiration dates. It's a lot of stuff, right? And in a later date, I'll break this down when I feel like people are starting to get the hang of charting and starting to get the hang of trading shares, paper trading, all of that good stuff. When I feel like I'm getting feedback that people are able to trade shares profitably, then we'll go over some options, right? But I need feedback. Y'all are gonna have to talk to me. You're gonna have to message me and send me messages in the comments. You're gonna have to drop messages. This is a coaching program. You have to send me messages and let me know, hey Tay, I've been going through and these are my profits with trading shares. I am ready to learn more options. And then we'll go into some more stuff. I'll make some videos on options. But until then, we're going to focus on shares, right? Because it's a lot to go into for the beginner, okay? So we're going to save the importance of charts. We're going to save that a little bit later. but we're going to get into it probably in the next class. Okay, so don't worry about that. So what I want to do is take you into um, pretty much the public profile, the public account. And let's all right, family. So we are here in the public account. Um, some of the stuff is moving pretty good. Some of it we're still waiting on. We're still waiting on, and I'm being patient. A lot of these are very, very cheap right now, so I'm just being very patient. This is a long-term play, like we talked about. Honest, this is basically a speculative play that just based on my market research, they're always sold out. My son, we're always looking for very healthy organic diapers, wipes, baby, lotions and things like that. Honest is one of the only brands that I see, and they're always sold out. So I'm gonna hold on to this. Right? People are probably gonna think I'm crazy for buying it, but I'm gonna hold on to it because I think they're gonna do really well just based on what I'm always seeing in the markets. Right? They're always sold out. UAVS, once again, this is something that I just want to hold for the drone play. Once again, if it goes if it goes whatever and goes just to shit, I'm cool with that, right? I'll lose what $2,000. I'm okay with that. Why? Because I've already made 3,000 for the year, and these are shares, so I can hold that as long as I want to. So I'm okay holding that. Beyond, same thing, speculative play, but I'm a big believer in what I see coming with the plant-based foods. So that's why we have that. Invite, really good fundamentals on that. I like Invite. I think that's going to pop really nicely for us. Alibaba, it's definitely, the charts are showing me a bullish move on Alibaba. And maybe one day I'll break all of these charts down, but maybe one by one. But it's a lot to fit in these classes, and I try to keep them pretty short. PNC, once again, was a lot of opportunity there. I'm going to take it for a quick pop, and I'm getting out of this. I don't want to hold it too long because I don't think the banks are done falling. But remember me, I trade penny stocks. I come from the penny stock world. We're used to trading bankrupt stocks, bankrupt companies, or companies that are getting ready to go bankrupt. We trade them up and down. We don't care about the fundamentals. We trade using charts. PNC is no different. I saw opportunities, and I took advantage of it. Same thing with Roku. I don't think this is going to be a long term. Oh my God, put all of your money in Roku because it's going to be here forever. No, I see opportunity, and as you see, we're already getting in the green. I like it. DNA, I like DNA. Same thing. We're already up 11%. It's looking great. I'm pretty happy with the chart with DNA. I think it's going to make us a really nice move. I'm expecting a 10x on this money. So this move right here should give us a $10,000 return on $1,500. So it may take 6 months to do that. But once again, that's a 10x. Nobody that I know, especially beginners, nobody that's a beginner is doing a 10x on their money. I'll just say that now. All right. And as far as the gains and losses that we have so far, let's check it out. 34 from the overall price of this. It's about a $26,000 account is what we started out with. Year to date, you're looking at what, 5 months, almost 6 months. We're up $3,400 so far, and that's realized gains. If I lock in the money that we're up on those plays I just showed you with DNA and Roku, this would go up. So we're up more than pretty much 15% on the year trading shares, right? Now, this is where beginners get really like messed up because beginners want to make a bunch of money in a small amount of time. And I'm going to teach you all compounding and how to compound your money, and why most traders lose because they don't want to compound. They don't want to take their time to compound. They want to make money really fast. Tell you, I'm trying to turn 20,000 into 200,000 so I can quit my job by next month, by next year, right? And when you try to move that fast, almost 98% of the time, you're going to lose. You're probably gonna blow up your account because you're trading way too risky. But if you go nice and chill, 10%, 15% here and there, right? Maybe you 10 extra money, every year or so. Because like I said, I got some stocks over there that, if we get to 6 months, a year, some of these stocks are 10x. So yeah, I'm expecting in 8 months to a year, I'm expecting this account to be at, I don't know, maybe $80,000. So this account, and we'll see. That's a little pie in the sky, but at least double. At least double. I see some moves coming that should double this account. So yeah, I'm expecting in less than a year we should have this account at $50,000, easy, right? So once again, you just got to take your time and compound this stuff, right? compound slowly. So once again, trading is not a get rich quick scheme. Trading is something that takes time. You compound, you compound, you compound, and eventually, before you know it, yeah, you'll be able to live off of it. But it does not happen over the course of 6 months, a year. It takes time. It takes time. But let me tell you something. When you get it, oh baby, it is great. It is great. I've been doing this almost 10 years now, and I don't know what I'd do without it. I love it. Okay. So that's it for pretty much our public account. Let's get into the S&P 500 and let's get out of here. So what I'm seeing right now, we've been in an uptrend after this consolidation. I told you once we broke out of this crazy consolidating area that we would blow. We will blow up. This area here is what we were consolidating in. Once we got above it, look, held it at support. Support, came in just a little bit to take out some sellers, and boom. Excuse me, take out, when I say sellers, we're talking about the buy pressure or the buy stops. Okay. So literally they created some liquidity with this move, because most people would have bought somewhere in here, placed their stops here. Well, the market came down, hunted those stops. We call it stop hunting. All right. And then boom, took it to the top. So you got to be careful with that. And you need to know about stop hunting. That's something we'll talk about maybe in the more advanced course. All right. As we get more advanced, we'll talk about that. So what am I seeing here? There are two things that I see playing out. I'm seeing a bunch of head and shoulder action. Right. I've kind of mentioned this one before, but we'll talk about it here. I'd say the neckline is somewhere in maybe here. We broke that neckline, and if we do quick fib just to see what we got going on with it. And here, that should give us a nice price target. Let's see. Boom, boom. Let's take it here. All right. So yeah, I like the price target of somewhere around this 39.46 area. 39.46 area, right? So we'll keep that in mind. I'll make this line green. I may even keep that on our chart, so every time we do one of these market watches, I'll be able to say, hey, remember this price target? We hit it. I'm sure some people are like, oh, you don't call these price targets. I get it all the time. People are just trolling. They want to, they can't believe this much greatness is in a human body. All right. So this was an A wave up, B wave. I see a C wave here. That looks corrective to me. And what that means, I think we're going to get excuse me, this is a 1, 2. We're going to get a third wave down, 3, 4, 5. And that 5 may even take us to that 3,900. So we'll see. The reason why I'm saying that is because, people may call me crazy for this one, but it's legit. It's something that is legit that I'm seeing here. All right. This looks like a neckline to me. Right. I know it looks crazy, but this is a head and shoulders pattern that it's just a crazy looking head and shoulders pattern. This is head and shoulder nonetheless. I would say maybe in here, see here, head, and then here, shoulder, right? So it like I said, it's very crazy looking. It's slanted, but this is what you have to pay attention to. It happens often. Same thing, the way we, how we play. We're gonna come up with a price target. I like this price target here. Let's see. Boom. So near term price target, I got 41.30. But we need this neckline to break. It can continue higher if it does not. Right now, what I can say is that if we continue to trade inside of this little area that I'm seeing, looks like this is kind of the range we're trading in. So look, you got resistance here, resistance, comes back down, support, comes up, support, goes up, resistance, support. So if we continue to trade, what'll happen is we'll just continue to do this. Boom, boom, boom. And we'll keep doing this until it breaks. Once it breaks, it should hold resistance, and then we should get our move down to our price target. Okay. And it'll probably move down something like this. Right. Boom. So that is my price target near term. The only way that's not going to happen, I think, is we make a new high. If we break this high, 42.26. Yeah, you might continue up, right? Which then we're gonna have a price target somewhere between, I don't know, maybe 40.35 to 40, maybe like 58, maybe 40. I just say 40. I say 42.60. Let's go 42.60, somewhere in this range, right? So, but we have to break this high. If we do not break 42.25, we are continuing to look bearish to me, and I'm going to expect to move down. And the reason why I say that is because this move here, if I'm looking at it, this looks like a bear flag. Boom, boom. And we'll talk about bear flags later, boys and girls. But that is bearish. This looks like a bear flag to me. And also playing into that head and shoulders pattern. If this is a head and shoulders and this is a bear flag, then that gives me two confluence points that says basically, hey, we need to fall, right? And you know I like my confluence points. So that's what I'm seeing. I have a few confluence points. I have a few more that I'm looking at, but I'm not going to show them here. I try to keep things very simple here. But for my SCB folks, especially my next level folks, you always know that we have buyers. We look at standard deviation. We look at institutional buying that gives us an indicator that lets us know where the institutional buyers are and the institutional sellers. And right now, our standard deviation is telling me that we are way overbaked and it's time to make a move down. So I'm looking for a move down, and it's showing me that it's ready for it, or it's getting ready. So once again, this head and shoulders pattern should play out. I'll be looking for some moves, either to try to break this or to break this and hold it. I'm bearish right now, and I actually have puts on this move here. Once again, I have a different account that I trade options in. I do not want to influence any beginners, which is why I don't have any. I'm not showing you all me trading options because I don't want to influence anybody who's beginning. Anybody who's beginning needs to be trading shares. All right. So this is my analysis for the S&P 500. We are going up, 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 and away. And I do think this thing is starting to get bearish. So I'm looking for a break of this trend line. Once we break, hold resistance. Once we break support and then hold it as resistance, we should get a move down. And the first few places I'd like to see moves to should be somewhere in here. 41.65. If we can break 41.65, then the next level should be 41.32. And that, boys and girls, is my analysis for today. I hope this helps a lot of people. I hope we continue to get some of this money and we do better and better with our study time. All right. Once again, please participate in the comments, because that's going to help me to be able to make more and more courses, more and more classes on these beginner classes. And it lets me know what you need. Okay. I may even be having some breakout sessions where we'll do a live. I'll go live and we'll just have breakout sessions to where I'll just ask y'all questions. What do you need help with? What do you need help with? What do you need help with? Right. And then that'll help me to be able to build classes. Right. So I'll build classes. I'll build, things that can help. We'll go from there. All right. So once again, love you all. Have yourselves a great rest of the day. And I'll see you on the next Market Watch. I'm out.
Secure the bag, yeah, that's the brand, and we get to the bag. These